Okay, welcome to Lessons with Troy. In today's lesson, I'm going to be showing you some of my favorite major pentatonic licks. What's a major pentatonic? Well, it's a 5-note scale. We're in open D tuning, key of D, and what a pentatonic scale is versus just a major scale is it's missing 2 of the notes out of a major scale. So if I play it just on this top string here, a major pentatonic, we'd have a root note, D, E the second, F sharp the major third. We're going to skip the 4th, right? Go right from that major third to the 5th of my scale, 7th fret. Go from the 5th of the scale to the 6th of the scale, the B note, and then back to a root. And that's that sound of that major pentatonic. What's it used for? Bluegrass. It's used for country, of course, southern rock, lots of good soulful blues a lot of times. Players like Derek Trucks and other bottleneck slide players a lot of times use that major pentatonic to get kind of a soulful singer sound. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you the same lick, but all over the fretboard, and show you how I think about it as far as the pattern that I'm thinking about it. So I've written it out here. Here's the first way. In red, those are our root notes. Okay, those are D notes. In the key of D, those are our root notes. So 8th fret, 3rd string, 5th fret, 5th string. Okay, on our 3rd string, we're starting the lick, 3rd string, 3rd fret. That's an A note. A is the 5th of our key. We go A to B to D. And that long jump there, that 3-note or 3-fret jump from B to D, that's really going to give you that sound of that major pentatonic scale. Right, that kind of that longer jump there. So A, B, D, B, A, B, F sharp to E, and then B here, that's our 6th of our scale, to our root note. Notice the long jump again. It's the same distance from there to there, right? That's a B to a D note. 3 frets, not counting the fret you're on. That's what also called a minor third interval, and then B to D there. Now, let me expand on this lick a little bit and show you some other ideas with it. You can go F sharp, E, pull off to D. Now, technique-wise, let's talk a little bit about vibrato, right? So you want to slide into the note in tune. It's in tune, and now I'm going to let my vibrato grow and be wide and medium vibrato, medium width, let's say. Now you're going equal distance behind the bar or behind the fret and in front of the fret, right? You don't want to just go, push it in front of the fret, so it's equal distance behind and in front of the fret. And you don't want a real narrow, fast vibrato. It'll sound too much like a mosquito in your ear. You don't want that. You want nice, wide, medium vibrato. Now, you really probably, there's lots of different ways to start the vibrato. You could do no vibrato. You could hit the note in tune, then let the vibrato grow. You could go immediately right to vibrato. I kind of like when the note's in tune and the vibrato grows, nice and wide and medium. Now, the faster vibrato you do, a lot of times that'll sound more like sacred steel. But it's still, you still want a wider vibrato. The narrow vibrato, it just makes it sound too tense, I feel like. Okay, another idea is this note right here is a B note. That's the major 6th of our key. A half step in front of that is going to be the flat 7 of our key. That's going to sound nice and bluesy. So a lot of times I'll take that 6th and just slide it up a half step and then back down to the 5th of the key. Now notice no finger picks, right? I do that sometimes with lap steel if I don't like the clank sound. This is a single coil pickup on the Sertano here, and sometimes when I wear finger picks, it has too much of a clanky sound and too much of that metal on metal sound. So it sounds nice. I'll trim my nails real short so I'm not getting fingernail on there. You could do fingernail, but I just kind of like the sound, and I don't like dealing with fingernails of just the fleshy part of the finger. So let's take that lick now and let's learn it in another place. So I'll just erase this pattern here. Okay, and let's do it in a totally different place now. Let's see. So we there, maybe up an octave. Let's do it there, right? So let's first put in our root notes. There's a D. Here's a D. Okay, so there's kind of our bearings. We get our bearings here. Now the lick starts on the 5th of your key, an A note. So we put in the starting point. There's A. Here's B, the 6th. Notice still the long jump from B to D, that minor third. A minor third interval is 3 frets, not counting the fret you're on. And then we have the 2nd of our key. And we have the major third. We have the 6th. Okay, so here's another pattern. We're thinking there's an A note, 1st string, 7th fret. So same thing, A, B, D, B, A, B. And then I'm just going to go 4th fret, 2nd fret, pull off to 0. 2 to 5 there on my 2nd string. But think about those intervals. 5th, 6th, so a 5th, a 6th, a root. Major third, 4th, root, 6th to the root. Watch your vibrato. Now, let's do it in another place. Now, these are all real useful positions that I think about when I'm soloing. We'll even erase this. So something real similar. Let's do it. Now let's start it here. There's the 5th, 2nd string, 12th fret. But now I'm going to do a root note here. 17th fret, 2nd string. And then a root note there. So this is a totally different position here. Keep in mind, 12th fret is a root position of that D, right? Root meaning your root notes are on 6th string, 4th string, and 1st string. So we've got A, that's our starting note, the 5th of our key. B, the 6th of our key. Now we're going to go to the major third right under my 5th, your 12th fret, 3rd string. The 2nd goes there, 10th fret, 3rd string, and then root note. Now this is a really useful pattern here. So 12, 14, 17. But also think about the whole step and how many whole steps you're going. You're going a whole step. Then you go a step and a half from the 6th of your key to the root of your key. So a 5th to a 6th is a whole step. Minor third. Back. Major third. F sharp to E. 12th fret to 10th fret, ending on root note D here. 12th fret, 4th string. Now, what I said, remember about the 6th? A half step in front of the 6th is your flat 7. So you can start manipulating that, just kind of adding that into your playing, right? Where you know, oh, there's the major 6. That's going to sound nice and major, bluesy. But if I go up a half step, that's going to be kind of that minor pentatonic sound. Now in this position too, you get this nice slide from, right, this nice slide up like that. So let's go back to that second pattern, and I want to show you another neat little pattern that you can do where you're not just playing all on one string, and that's doing a root note here, 12th fret 1st string, and a root note here, 8th fret 3rd string. Now check out this little pattern. Same lick, right? But this is going to open up patterns for you. There's A, the 5th of our key, B, the 6th. Here is F sharp, the major 3rd. Here is E, the 2nd. Now look at what we've got. Look at this tight little pattern here between 7 and 9. So now you've got this same lick. Notice how we got these two notes and these two notes right on top of each other for that major pentatonic. In red, that's our root notes, remember. 5th of your key, A. B, the 6th of your key. We can always take that B, half step up, remember. Hit that flatted 7th there. There we go. That's a great little pattern. Always keep that in mind for major pentatonic. Then you can just noodle around with each one of these little patterns, right? Okay. Now, we could also take that and do it all on, mostly all on our 4th string. Let me show you how to do that. So there's our root notes, D, 12th fret, 4th string, another D, 5th string, 5th fret. Now you want to start on an A note on your 4th string. There's an A, 4th string, 7th fret, 9th fret, 4th string's a B note. We got an F sharp note here, an E, 2nd fret. Right, so it's real similar to the first one that we did, but we're pretty much just playing it all on one string now. A, B, 12th fret. Okay, let's go ahead and move on.